Hello, my name is Nicole, and welcome to today's flow. Today I'll be guiding you through a series of movements meant to open and stretch through the body. This is really wonderful as a morning routine practice, or if you're someone who works maybe seated down quite often, or doesn't, and you just have 15 minutes to do a little bit of stretch work, then this will also be really beneficial to you as well. We're going to do a full body stretch starting from the head and working all the way down to the body. Most of this flow will be seated, so no blocks required for this one. And we're going to start in a seated pose. You can take easy pose, whatever sit is nice and comfortable for you today, okay? So starting with the neck, we're just going to do a little bit of mobility practices. I know for a lot of us, we work looking at a computer all day, and sometimes you can slouch the shoulders, drop the head a little bit, push it forward. So we're really going to focus on a lot of really nice, beautiful alignment today. 15 minutes, no props required, with the theme of taking a break, taking a pause to dive into body a little bit, check in, make sure we're taking care, and you can also apply that to all of the other bodies. So the spiritual body, where can we check in and make sure we're giving ourselves what we need, our physical body, our mental state, our mental body, our intellectual body. So a nice journal prompt for after this would just be a general check-in of all the bodies. How's the physical, the mental, spiritual, and intellectual body feel, okay? So getting started, and our nice sit bone grounded through the sit bone, all pressed against our mat here. We're going to just do, again, some neck movement. So we're going to drop the neck, or drop the chin on the exhale. On the inhale, we're just going to gaze upwards to the ceiling, not crunching the spine. So exhaling again to drop, inhaling to lift, and exhaling to drop. Inhaling to lift, really noticing how this feels in the body. We're going to do 2 more here. 1 more. And then we're going to take it side to side. So still keeping with the theme of the breath, we're going to exhale, drop the right shoulder to the right, or right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale, come up. Left shoulder to left ear. Inhale, come up. I don't want you to shrug to meet them. I just want you to let the shoulders rest as you breathe here. 1 more time. Dropping it to the right, inhaling to come up, and dropping it to the left. Very good. And now we're going to work backwards. So we're going to gaze upwards to the ceiling and then bring the head back to neutral alignment, okay? So kind of doing like a yes or an up-down, I guess, motion more than anything. So you can even bring the head down just a little bit, maybe not tucking it as much as we were in the beginning, but just a general up-down. We'll do 2 more of those. Breathing, exhaling as we drop, inhaling as we look up. Very good. And then we'll take it side to side, or yes and no. So exhaling over to look to the right, inhaling to look forward, exhaling to the left, and again left and right. I definitely didn't look left or right when I cued you to look left or right, but if you are listening to me, then you did it great, because I'm cueing you, so I'm turning to your left and right, or was. I confused myself. That's okay. 1 more time, just looking, shaking that yes and no. Beautiful. Let's take it to a little bit of a shoulder stretch here. Right arm crosses across the left side of the body, and then the left hand reaches under the elbow to just gently pull that arm in towards the body. You're really targeting this area here. So seeing what comes up for you as you explore this pose, holding here. 3 breaths. Sitting up nice and straight, good posture, good. Shake it out. Move the arms from side to side. Very good, and switch. Right arm crosses over, or left arm crosses over to the left, to the right. Good morning. 3 deep breaths here. Still seated nice and tall, still practicing that great posture. For 1 final breath. Very good, and shake those arms out 1 more time. All right, we're gonna do a little bit more arm work. We're gonna bring the arms out to either side, and then we're gonna take a bend into the elbows, coming into a 90-degree angle with the arms. On the inhale, we're gonna bring the hands up together as we gaze up towards them, and as we exhale, we're gonna bring those elbows down in line with the shoulders, okay? So inhale, come. Big stretch, stretching through all the way, and exhale, come down. Good, inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Inhale up. You can even add a little cat-cow here. So as you exhale, you can kind of round contract through the spine, and as you inhale, pressing it up, pulling the chest up and forward. Exhale. Really getting the upper spine, kind of creating a nice fluid movement here. Might not be a variation of cat-cow you've ever explored before, and that's okay. Again, we're being flexible. See how this feels. You also don't have to do it. Nothing I say is a demand or command, by the way. It's always an invitation to explore. So seeing how this feels, I know I am. One last time, and this time when we exhale, neutral back, neutral body, and just bring the hands down to the knees. So I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty warm already. We're going to take our left hand, inhale, bring it up overhead, our right hand. Right hand comes up overhead, left hand onto the mat. Right hand comes up and over, we look over to the right side, a little twist here, 3 deep breaths. Trying to keep that right shoulder on top of the left shoulder so we're not caving into the chest, we're really working on opening and expanding through the chest as we stretch over here. One more breath. Good. Inhale, bring it back up. And this time, this right hand is going to reach over, grab a left knee. Left hand is going to come behind, and you're going to look over that left shoulder, a little spinal twist here. Very good. Inhaling. This time we're going to bring both hands up overhead. We're going to look up gently as we stretch through the fingers and upper body. Right hand comes down to the mat. Left hand up and over. This time I was correct. Looking to the left side of the room, holding here 3 deep breaths. Again, really expanding through that chest, not collapsing. Really beautiful side stretch here. Good. Inhale, push up. Coming back to that neutral stretch overhead. Left hand comes down to the right knee. Right hand comes behind the back. Looking over that right shoulder as we sit up nice and tall. 3 deep breaths again. Good. Inhaling to come back up. And exhaling to bring the hands right down to the legs. So if you didn't take that cat-cow earlier, that's okay. We're going to take a spinal cat-cow now. So I'm going to turn to face the long edge of my lap to show you. So seated in your easy pose, we're going to keep our hands on our knees, and as we inhale, we're going to pull the chest forward and gently gaze up to the ceilings, really squeezing our shoulder blades together. As we exhale, rounding to contract through the back, tucking the chin to the chest, inhaling to come back up. Very good. And exhale. Good. We're going to do just 3 more of these. Just waking up the back a little bit. You might hear some pops, some cracks. As long as it's not painful, that's totally okay. Normally, that's just the body making space. It might be a buildup of like lactic acid, or the body just might be tight. And doing these stretches, it's causing little air bubbles to pop and just release, which is great, right? That's what we want. Last one, and one's done. Taking a beautiful seat in our seated easy pose. I'm going to face you, so facing the long edge of the left side of my mat. I'm going to bring my left leg in front of my right. Still seated, so both of my ankles are seated on the floor. The left is just in front of the right. So I'm going to take my left leg out to the left side, keeping my right foot in towards the upper leg, okay? I'm going to inhale, big breath up, and then exhale. My left hand is going to rest where it can reach, so grabbing your foot maybe on your ankle or shin. And then I'm going to, same side stretch we took earlier, so same idea. Reach over and towards my toes, but you don't have to grab your toes. The most important part of this is that we're not collapsing into our chest. We're keeping the one shoulder on top of the other and looking over towards the right side. Again, 2 more deep breaths here. Very good. Inhale, come back up. Similar to what we did before, we're going to take baby wild thing. So right hand comes behind the right leg, left hand stays up. You're going to imagine someone's pulling your pelvis forward by a string. The left foot is going to instinctively want to press down onto the mat, or you can even flex the toes towards the head. And then you're going to gaze upwards towards that hand that is reaching up and over. So just trying to keep that neck in line, not really drooping it too much. 3 deep breaths here. Very good. Exhale, bring it back down to the floor, and we will be switching sides. So this time we're going to bring the right foot in front of the left, and then once here, the right leg comes out towards the side. Left foot is in towards the groin. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, right hand down to that right leg. Left hand up and over, shoulders stacked on top of each other, not caving into the chest. 3 deep breaths here. Very good. Press up after those 3 breaths. And maybe Wild Thing left side. So left hand goes behind that left leg, pressing up, pulling up through the hips, reaching up and over with that right hand. 3 breaths once more. Very good. Coming all the way back to sit. Awesome. So we're going to bring the feet back in front of us. It's my hips. See, I told you. Make that noise. You know, it's okay. From here, we're going to extend both legs down towards the bottom of the mat, keeping hands behind us. You can take one of 2 poses. So you can take a staff pose. It's very engaging for the legs. You know, seated up here with your hands. Or if you'd like to take a bit more of an ab stretch, what you can do is place your hands directly behind you with your fingers facing upwards to the top of the mat. Okay? Your feet are flexed towards you, and you're kind of in this like you're leaning back a little bit, but we're working on holding that good posture. We're not slouching here. You're going to inhale, and again, imagine someone's pulling you up by your pelvis, kind of a reverse plank here. Do what you can, pressing those hips as up as they can. 3 breaths if you can manage. Good. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat, and then find your way on or back. So we're going to keep the feet planted on the mat so the knees are facing upwards towards the ceiling, and then just walk ourselves to lay down. Okay? Palms are framing the hip bones or the hips, and we're going to take just a little bit of a bridge pose, really stretch out those abdomens and engage some leg muscles, okay? So on inhale, same cue, we're gonna imagine someone's directly pulling those hips up, 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 up. Hands are pressed into the mat. You can even tuck your shoulders slightly under each other, keeping the knees in line with the hips so they're not flailing out to the sides. They're engaged, holding here. Try to go for 4 deep breaths. Really pressing those hips up as much as we can manage. Good, last breath. And exhale all the way down to the mat. Very good. Take your legs, your feet, and kick them off the ground. Grab at those feet, bring them into the crux of the armpit. Happy baby here, and if you'd like to add, you can roll around a little bit to get like a gentle back massage here, if you'd like. Otherwise, you can just hold standard happy baby. 4 more deep breaths here. I like to roll around. I think it offers a little bit of play here, but again, you don't have to take this variation. You can just hold your happy baby. If you have straps, you can use those to kind of grab the feet and help them guide their way towards the armpit as well. You can grab your pants, you know, you have a lot of options here. 1 more deep breath. Very good. Coming back to neutral. Bringing the feet so they are firmly planted on the mat. Instead of taking a Shavasana, we're going to bring ourselves to come sit up, face the long edge of the mat. And we'll wrap up today, okay? So instead of taking Shavasana, I will ask in the seat that you close your eyes just for a brief moment. Feel the effects of your practice today. Feel where in your body you really felt yourself meet that intention of being flexible and checking in with your body, not being rigid or demanding anything of it. Maybe dropping in, checking on the mental body, the spiritual body, and the intellectual body. What do those bodies need right now? If you just heard that, my husband just yelled, "Soup's ready." All is perfect as it should be. I'll invite you to gently open the eyes, inhale, lift the hands up overhead, and as you do so, imagine everything that you've created for yourself and everything that you've invited in, everything that you have realized and will continue to work for. As you close the palms together, you exhale, bring all of that down to your heart center where it never leaves. Bowing forward, namaste. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. It was a pleasure to flow with you, and I can't wait to see you next time.